Over the past few years of filming real estate videos, I've learned so much from just doing the work, making mistakes, and then learning from them. And in today's video, I'm going to share 6 of the most common mistakes that I see in real estate videos. Now, more often than not, you're going to come across rooms in houses that have different color temperatures throughout them. Now, if you set your camera to auto white balance, you're going to find that your colors might fluctuate in your clips. Now, you want to always set your camera to a custom white balance setting so that this doesn't happen. The more accurately you do this in camera, the better your clips are going to turn out. You can always adjust the white balance in post-production, but you never want to rely on that, because if you completely ruin it in camera, you can't save that clip. Now, there are lots of different ways that you can do this, but my favorite way is to just manually set the Kelvin in my camera. I find that most times I'm just setting my camera to 5000 Kelvin and then making minor adjustments in post-production. Now, sometimes when you're using a gimbal, the X-axis can come off balance a tiny bit and make your clips a bit angled. Now, the easiest fix for this would be to just put your gimbal down, turn it off, turn it back on, and it should be good to go. But if you didn't notice this whilst you were filming, you can fix it in post-production simply by zooming in and rotating your clip slightly. Now, these ever so small changes can make a huge difference in the quality of your videos. Using autofocus whilst you're moving throughout a room can mean that your camera may focus hunt, especially if you're shooting with a wide aperture like a 2.8. To avoid this, I like to set my focus before I enter a room and then switch my camera over to manual focus. Or you can simply close down your aperture to something like an f6 to reduce the depth of field in your image. Titles can make or break a video, as they're the first thing that the viewer sees. Use fonts that suit the style of the house. If you've got 2 lines of text, animate them or even change the characteristics of them to make them look more interesting. The sole purpose of these videos is to help showcase the property to a potential buyer. Aim for a natural or a subtle color grade and don't overdo it with cuts and effects. Wide-angle lenses are great for showing off each room, but for all of the detail shots of the furnishing and things that come with the house, you want to use a different lens like a 35 or a 55mm. If you're shooting everything wide, there's going to be less depth of field and lots of things in the frame, compared to if you're shooting at a 55mm where you're able to really focus on a particular thing in the frame. One thing that I've learned is that wide-angle lenses aren't very cinematic. They're great for showing off big open spaces, but you definitely want to pair it with a tighter focal length with a wider aperture to get those nice detail shots. If you start taking all of these tips into consideration, the overall quality of your productions is going to greatly improve. Now, if you're interested in learning how to film, edit, and get real estate clients, then be sure to check out my real estate film course that's linked in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something, and I'll catch you in the next one.